Today we are stopping in and visiting an awesome two-level Goodwill in Minneapolis. The address of this Goodwill is 6023 Nicollet Avenue. There are the stairs to go up to the upper level, which has clothing and shoes. This store is absolutely huge. The only thing that was challenging is the parking is a little interesting. There's my husband. He found, we'd been in the store 1 minute. He'd already found, he's very happy. He already found a little golf gadget. The only thing challenging is the donation line is literally in the parking lot. So it's a little challenging finding a place to park. My favorite hard goods section. There was so much in the hard goods section. I absolutely loved it. And I'm going to pop in prices. You guys said that you liked it and it was hard to read some of the tags. So I'm going to start popping in prices as I shop around, which I think will help you see what I see. These particular plates did not have a price on them. There were two on this side, handwritten on the bottom. They were lovely. Two on the other side, so I had to find their matches. I find myself doing that. If I see some things that belong together, I just want to make sure that other people see them together too. Maybe in that case it was meant to be a little decorative and colorful, but I always have this habit of putting things like things together so people don't miss it. This store had, like I said, just so many lovely hard goods. You could spend a lot of time just in this first aisle in the dishes section. I just touched on a few, literally touched on a few things that were here. But boy, I keep going back to always talking about if you're having a get together, a party, Thanksgiving, a shower, a graduation, this is just so much better and a way to put things together for a party. There's just no reason other than I guess Amazon is easier to have it delivered. But if you're at all love the thrill of the hunt, if you at all love shopping, come shopping at a thrift store. You're going to find so much better quality, so many more unique pieces. It is just, there are so many stores. If you are in the Twin Cities area, I haven't ventured over to St. Paul. If you have any stores that you want me to visit, I'm not as familiar with St. Paul. If there are any good stores that you know about, I'd love to do that. And I also want to get over to Stillwater. So maybe I do that on the same day. Head that way. I would love your recommendations on the east side of town. What kind of thrift stores are over there? So if you'd leave that in the comments and anything in the comments, any other areas around the Twin Cities that you think might be worth a visit and taking my viewers along, I would really appreciate that. The other area I love is the artwork. I've talked about this. If you're new apartment, you're in college, you're furnishing your first place. If you're furnishing your second or third place, there is no reason to have to spend a ton of money. The place that I visited and really, really love for artwork is Turnstile in Eden Prairie. They have walls and walls of really great art that gets marked down the longer it's been there. So the Turnstile Consignment Store in Eden Prairie, if you're looking for art, but each of these Goodwills I visit, their prices seem really, really fair in terms of the tons and tons of artwork. There he is. He's happy. He's showing, it's Brian. He's showing, he's carrying around the little golfing tool. I might have made a mistake not picking this one up. It was really cool. It was all hand done, cross stitch, needle point. It was beautiful. And the price, it was only $8.99. It was gorgeous. I maybe should have grabbed that one to resell. That was a beautiful, beautiful piece. Skis, plentiful in terms of skis. I don't know. I know that if you're a skier, I know that Hoygards around our area has really great deals at the end of season for skis, but I've seen skis a lot in Goodwill. This was stunning. 1999. That was a gorgeous piece. It was painted. How beautiful is that? 20 bucks. You really can't beat the artwork at some of these thrift and consignment stores. And the books. Rows and rows and rows of books. This store, with the fact that it was two levels, I would love to be able to come back here and spend a little time. This store was great. In terms of these candles or the candle holders, some of the Goodwills put out used candles. There is nobody unless the scent is just something you cannot live without, there is nobody that's going to buy a used candle. These were all brand new, so that makes sense. I don't believe that, unless it's truly something that you can't live without, that anybody is going to buy a used candle. I've been in some of these Goodwill stores where the items put out were just empty jars, just things that were just so silly that did not need to be out on the shelves. That takes a lot of time and effort to put it on the shelves and then ultimately take them off the shelves. I loved these, picked these up, and was disappointed that they were so light. Those were plastic. But this store, not only was it packed, the things in it were really decent and nice quality. So I'm giving two thumbs up to this store in Minneapolis. So I'm going to turn on a little music, let you browse around with me, and let's take a look at all these hard goods. Okay, so we made our way upstairs. Look at how big it is, and look at how clean it is up here. They have a really amazing amount of clothes. So if you like to shop secondhand for clothing, this is absolutely the store for you. I didn't feel like they had many handbags. This was the only area that I saw on this first go around here that was handbags. So I don't know what happens to all of those. So I know I've talked about this before, and it would be super fun if I found it with you along. But I have a fancy wedding to go to in the fall. And I am wondering if I can find a long gown. It's a black tie event, a long gown thrifted. So I'm hoping to have you with me when I find it. But I was just talking about Opitz with Nancy. Hi, Nancy, if you're watching. Opitz is a place that is in Minnetonka. It's on Highway 101 and Highway 7. They have amazing formal wear that's been brought in. I'm going to get of the details on that store, but I think I'm going to bring you along to that place. Let me know if you've heard of Opitz Outlet and if that's something that you would like to be brought along to. I had forgotten that. And Nancy, I just met her. I am walking her dog, Henry. She had a little surgery, a little something on her foot, and we have the pleasure of just having met Henry, and we'll be with him for a couple weeks. She and I were talking about Opitz Outlet, and she had visited that because she has a wedding to go to. So let me know in the comments if you'd like me to take you along there. I don't know if you'd ever heard of it, but that's a fantastic store to get items, clothing items, for a really phenomenal price. So uh, back to here, back to the Goodwill. Look at this. This is just fabulous. My husband is up here somewhere looking around in the men's section. He loves finding golf items. He actually works 1 or 2 mornings a week at a higher end men's clothing store. They have women's things as well, but mostly men's. He has um, acquired a phenomenal wardrobe in his older years by working at that clothing store early mornings. He helps with their unpacking of things. But when I make him come along with me, tag along with me to these stores, he loves finding golf items. So back downstairs now to the furniture, not like some of the other stores I've been in. They just had a couple of pieces. The other video I'm thinking of doing, and if you have a comment or if you'd like to see that, I'd love to share with you some of these extra jobs that we have in retirement. I have several in mind that I have researched and done a little looking into. Are you interested in hearing more about things that you can do as you enter your 60s into your 70s? Some of the things that we do, I've done videos on, but I'm wondering if you would be interested in seeing a video on things that you can do after retirement or instead of what you're currently doing at our age. Let me know in the comments. So we're going to end here. This is a great store, 2 levels, very clean. I loved it. I would highly recommend this 2 level Goodwill in Minneapolis, Minnesota, off of on Lindale, right off of 35W in Minneapolis.